You lie awake at night, replaying every moment, every conversation, every touch. The urge to reach out is unbearable. What if she's waiting? What if she secretly wants you to break the silence? Maybe she's staring at her phone, hoping, just hoping, you'll send that one text that brings everything back. Sounds tempting, doesn't it? But here's the brutal truth. This is the exact trap designed to keep you weak, emotionally hooked, and chasing after someone who has already walked away. She expected you to break. She assumed you'd fold under the weight of loneliness, that you'd crack, that you'd prove her right. But what happens when you don't? What happens when, instead of giving in, you become stronger, more disciplined, more untouchable? That's when everything shifts. That's when her certainty starts to crumble, when the regret begins to creep in, when she realizes she never truly understood your strength. Silence isn't just absence, it's power. Detachment isn't just moving on, it's control. And right now, your ability to resist, to hold the line, to stay unshaken, that's what will change the entire game. The moment you master this, you stop being the one who suffers, and you start being the one she can't stop thinking about. Today, I'll show you exactly why breaking no contact is the biggest mistake you can make, how your silence is already working in your favor, and how to fully step into your power. No more chasing, no more waiting. It's time to flip the script. If you're ready to take back control, stay locked in, because this is where everything changes. If you're serious about mastering your emotions, regaining control, and becoming someone they regret losing, then this is the place for you. We're not just talking, we're giving you the tools to transform. If this message hit home, if you see the power in silence and discipline, show your support by liking this video, subscribing for more, and sharing this with someone who needs to hear it. And now, I want to hear from you. Drop a comment below and tell me, are you holding the line, or are you still tempted to break no contact? Let's talk. Number 1. Stop talking, start winning. The deadly power of silence. Most people think silence means weakness, giving up, surrendering, or losing control. But that's where they get it wrong. In reality, silence, when used with purpose, is one of the most powerful weapons you can wield. It's the pause that forces the world to listen. It's the absence that makes them question everything. And right now, your silence is speaking louder than any words ever could. Think about it. When you refuse to break no contact, you're not just avoiding a conversation. You're sending a clear message. You are in control. You're showing that your worth isn't tied to her response, her attention, or her validation. She expected you to react, to chase, to beg for clarity. But your silence, that throws her into confusion. It forces her to wonder. Has he moved on? Does he even care? Did I make a mistake? Marcus Aurelius once said, "Waste no more time arguing what a good man should be. Be one." That's exactly what your silence does. It doesn't argue, it doesn't plead, it simply proves. And proof is far more powerful than words. When you step back and refuse to engage in emotional battles, you shift the entire dynamic. Instead of chasing, you become the one she starts to miss. Instead of being predictable, you become a mystery. And mystery is magnetic. Psychologically, humans crave what they can't fully grasp. That's why silence is so effective. It creates uncertainty, and uncertainty fuels desire. If she was certain you'd always be there, your absence wouldn't bother her. But now, Every second you remain silent chips away at her confidence, planting seeds of doubt and regret. Silence isn't just about withholding words, it's about reclaiming your power. Every time you resist the urge to reach out, you are strengthening your emotional discipline. You are proving, not to her, but to yourself, that you are not controlled by impulse or insecurity. That's real strength, that's real attraction, and that's why silence wins every time. Number 2. Don't fall for the trap. Why emotional weakness destroys you. You think one message will fix everything, that if you just explain, if you just remind her of the good times, she'll finally see your worth. But let's be real, this is the same illusion that keeps men trapped, chasing, and powerless. Breaking no contact doesn't heal you. It doesn't bring her back. It hands her all the control while leaving you more broken than before. The harsh truth? The moment you reach out, you prove her right. She expected this. She counted on your emotions to overpower your logic. And the second you give in, she knows she was never at risk of losing you. Your text doesn't spark attraction. It confirms her decision. He's still waiting. He still needs me. He's still weak. Epictetus once said, "No man is free who is not master of himself." If you can't control the urge to reach out, you're not free. You're emotionally enslaved. And she can sense it. Desperation isn't attractive. It doesn't make her reconsider. It makes her pull away even more. That's because attraction isn't built through words, but through perception. And a man who can't handle distance without crumbling isn't perceived as strong. He's seen as weak. Imagine two versions of yourself. One who reaches out, seeking comfort, exposing his emotional fragility, and one who stays silent, unmoved, indifferent. Which version do you respect more? Which version do you want to be? Strength isn't about suppressing emotions. It's about controlling them. It's about proving, not to her, but to yourself, that you don't need anyone's approval to validate your worth. She's used to men cracking under pressure. She's seen it before. But when you refuse to break, when you hold your ground, you shatter her expectations. Now she's forced to question, did I misjudge him? Is he really moving on? That's when the power shifts. Breaking no contact isn't brave. It's not closure, it's a trap. And once you fall for it, you lose the one thing that truly matters, your power. Stay strong, stay silent, stay free. Number 3. Make her mind spiral. How your silence triggers regret. The longer you stay silent, the louder your absence becomes. What you may see as simple self-discipline is, in reality, a psychological storm brewing in her mind. Silence isn't just the lack of words, it's the presence of uncertainty. And uncertainty is the one thing the human mind struggles to ignore. At first, she felt sure of her decision. She walked away thinking she had control. But as days go by without a single word from you, that certainty begins to crack. Her mind drifts into dangerous waters, replaying old conversations, dissecting every moment, wondering if she made a mistake. The silence that was once comforting now feels suffocating. Why hasn't he reached out? Has he moved on? Did I misjudge his worth? This is the law of scarcity in action. People crave what they no longer have access to. When something becomes uncertain, its value increases. By refusing to break no contact, you shift from being predictable to becoming a mystery. And nothing ignites curiosity like a puzzle left unsolved. Marcus Aurelius once said, "If you are distressed by anything external, the pain isn't due to the thing itself, but your estimate of it." Right now, she's grappling with her own estimations. She assumed you'd be emotionally weak, that you'd reach out, that she still held power over you. But your silence is proving otherwise. Now, you are the one in control, not by force, but by absence. This mental battle she's facing isn't just about you. It's about her own sense of validation. The less reactive you are, the more she questions whether she ever truly understood you. The less you communicate, the more she craves a response. And as her mind races with doubts, curiosity transforms into something much deeper: regret. You're not breaking the silence. You're letting it work for you. You're not chasing. You're becoming the one who is chased. And when your absence becomes unbearable, she will be the one wondering if she ever really had you in the first place. Number 4. The ultimate payback: how to become emotionally untouchable. Revenge isn't about getting even. It's about rising so high they can't touch you. The greatest revenge isn't plotting, proving, or punishing. It's making yourself untouchable. When you reach a place where nothing she says, does, or thinks affects you, that's when you've won. Because real power isn't in reacting, it's in remaining unshaken. She expected you to fall apart. She assumed you'd spiral, drown in regret, and desperately try to win her back. That's what most men do. They beg, they plead, they try to prove their worth to someone who already walked away. But you are not most men. You don't chase. You don't break. You don't give away your power. Marcus Aurelius once said, "The best revenge is not to be like your enemy." That means no bitterness, no resentment, no desperation, just mastery over yourself. The moment you stop letting her control your emotions, she loses all power over you. And that realization, it will shake her more than any words ever could. People crave what they can't control. The more emotionally independent you become, the more valuable you appear. Weakness repels, but strength is magnetic. When she sees you thriving, unaffected, moving forward with absolute certainty, she will wonder. She will doubt. She will regret. How did he become so strong? Why doesn't he need me anymore? Did I make a mistake? Dark psychology teaches us that humans fear loss more than they appreciate gain. When she realizes she lost a man she can't replace, that's when the regret hits. But by then, you won't even care, because your happiness will no longer depend on her. You're not wasting time with petty revenge. You're not playing games. You're stepping into emotional invincibility, becoming stronger than ever. And that, my friend, is the ultimate payback. Number 5. Kill the neediness, mastering the art of ruthless indifference. Most people hear indifference and assume it means bitterness, anger, or acting like you don't care. But that's not true indifference. Real indifference, the kind that makes you untouchable, is not an act. It's not pretending. It's mastering your emotions to the point where nothing external has power over you. It's when her decisions, her actions, her absence no longer shake your foundation. And that, my friend, is the highest level of strength you can ever achieve. Think about it. Right now, every time you react, you hand over control. If she knows she still has an emotional grip on you, she has all the power. But the moment you stop needing her, the moment you genuinely let go, the entire game shifts. She expects to see signs that you're struggling. She assumes you'll still be caught in the cycle of replaying memories, wondering what she's doing, waiting for a sign that she cares. But what happens when you don't? When you no longer care whether she stays or goes? That's when she starts to panic. Seneca once said, "We suffer more in imagination than in reality." And that's exactly what happens when you stay emotionally attached. You suffer because your mind won't let go. But when you master indifference, you take back your emotional energy. You stop wasting it on what-ifs and start using it to build yourself into someone stronger, someone better, someone completely free. Psychology proves that people crave validation from those who don't freely give it. The less you care, the more valuable you become in her eyes. And the best part, this isn't a game. You're not pretending. You're genuinely walking away from needing her approval. And when she realizes she no longer has influence over you, regret, curiosity, and desire hit her like a storm. You're not acting indifferent. You're becoming untouchable. You're choosing emotional freedom. You're proving, without a single word, that you are unshaken, unmoved, unbothered. Number 6. Flip the script. Make her question every decision she made. She left because she thought she had you figured out. She believed you would stay emotionally attached, predictable, and easy to read. She assumed that the moment she walked away, you'd chase after her, proving she still had control. But what happens when you refuse to play along? What happens when you evolve into something she never expected? Someone stronger, independent, and untouchable. That's when doubt creeps in. That's when she starts questioning everything. When you embrace emotional independence and absolute detachment, her reasons for leaving begin to crumble. She thought you'd be broken, but instead you're thriving. She expected desperation, but instead she sees discipline. And nothing unsettles a person more than realizing they misjudged someone's worth. That's human psychology. People fear getting it wrong, especially when it comes to relationships. Every day you remain in no contact, focused on growth and self-mastery. You chip away at her confidence. Did I lose someone irreplaceable? Why didn't I see his strength before? How did he change so much, so fast? These thoughts haunt her more than any text you could ever send. And here's the truth. Your silence is doing more damage than begging ever could. Epictetus once said, "Freedom is the only worthy goal in life. It is won by disregarding things beyond your control." And that's exactly what you're doing. You can't control her decisions, but you can control how you respond. The moment you stop seeking her validation, you shift the entire dynamic. Now, you're the mystery. You're the one who got away. You're not out for revenge. You're not playing games. You're simply becoming a man worth regretting. And that's the most powerful move you can make. Keep going. Her regret will come, but by then, you won't even care. Number 7. Break free or stay broken. How to escape emotional chains. Let's cut through the illusions. Winning her back isn't the real victory. The real victory is winning yourself back. Emotional freedom isn't about making her regret leaving. It's about breaking the invisible chains that have kept you stuck, waiting, hoping, and chasing someone who isn't even looking back. Every time you've checked your phone, waited for her text, or sought her validation, you've handed over the keys to your own peace of mind. And that stops now. Epictetus said, "Freedom is not attained through the satisfaction of desire, but through the suppression of desire." Read that again. As long as you crave her approval, as long as you need closure, you're not free. You're a prisoner. She doesn't have to do anything to control you because your own attachment is doing the job for her. But the moment you decide to detach, the moment you take back control of your emotions, you reclaim everything. Your peace, your dignity, your power. Here's what most people don't understand. True attraction doesn't come from proving your worth to someone. It comes from being so unshakable, so self-sufficient, that they are drawn to you. Dark psychology confirms it. People crave what they can't control. When she sees you genuinely thriving without her, no longer emotionally dependent, no longer waiting in the shadows, something shifts. She starts questioning everything. How did he move on so fast? Did I misjudge him? Did I lose someone irreplaceable? But the best part, by then, it doesn't even matter to you, because your freedom isn't about her, it's about you. You're no longer checking your phone, replaying old memories, or hoping she notices you. You've stepped into your own power, fully and completely, and that is the ultimate flex. So no, you're not trapped anymore. You're done with the waiting game. You've broken free, and now your life is yours again. If you're ready to embrace true emotional freedom, reclaim your power, and live life on your terms, let it be known. Drop a comment below and say it loud. I am free from emotional chains. Number 8. Don't be her puppet. The brutal truth about what she's thinking. Let's cut through the illusions and get to the truth. You're sitting there wondering if she's secretly waiting for you to break. Maybe she's staring at her phone, scrolling through old messages, waiting for that one text that proves she still has a grip on you. It's a tempting thought, isn't it, that she might actually miss you. But here's the cold, hard reality. You breaking no contact wouldn't bring her back. It would only validate her decision to leave. She doesn't want you back. She wants the comfort of knowing she still holds the power. She wants reassurance that she was right, that you still need her, that she could have you back if she wanted. But the moment you give in, you erase any doubt she might have had. That's why your silence is shaking her more than any message ever could. Seneca once said, "We suffer more in imagination than in reality." Right now, your mind is crafting a story where she's moved on effortlessly, untouched by your absence. But that's rarely the truth. What's actually happening? She's feeling the weight of your silence, the uncertainty creeping in, the loss of control over someone she thought she had figured out. This is where psychology flips the script. People crave what they can't control. Your detachment is forcing her to rethink everything. She expected you to chase. She counted on your emotions betraying you. But when you don't, when you hold the line, her mind begins to spiral. Did I misjudge him? Has he truly moved on? Why isn't he chasing me? This mental tug-of-war creates frustration, doubt, even regret. The key is discipline. If you give in now, you confirm everything she believed. You were always going to crack. But when you remain silent, you become the one in control. You become the one who dictates the terms. And that, right there, is the true power shift. You're not here to be her emotional safety net. You're here to become the one that got away. Number 9. Detach or be destroyed. The secret to becoming magnetic by letting go. The harder you hold on, the faster she slips away. That's the paradox. The more you chase, the less valuable you appear. But the moment you release her, truly let go, you become something she can't ignore. Because real power isn't found in holding on. It's found in walking away with zero hesitation. Marcus Aurelius once said, "The happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts." If your mind is consumed with her, what she's thinking, whether she misses you, if she'll ever come back, you're giving her control. But when you detach, when you redirect your energy inward, everything shifts. You stop needing external validation. You stop craving her attention. You stop being emotionally dependent. And that is when you become truly magnetic. Think of it like a fire. If you chase it, it burns you. But if you stand back, control yourself, and master the flames, you harness its power. That's what letting go does. It turns you from the desperate man chasing something fleeting into the man who stands firm, commanding attention without even trying. This isn't about pretending. It's not about playing games. It's about becoming so self-sufficient, so emotionally unshakable, that people are drawn to your energy. Dark psychology reveals a hard truth. People desire what feels just out of reach. When you let go, you create space. You create uncertainty. And uncertainty is what drives people crazy. She starts to wonder, has he moved on? Does he even care? Did I lose something irreplaceable? That's when the tables turn. But the irony, by the time she realizes your value, you no longer care, because you've stepped into something far more powerful than her validation, your own freedom. This is your turning point. No more waiting, no more hoping. Let go, walk forward, and watch the world chase you. Your strength is your silence. Your power is your detachment. And your true attraction lies in your complete indifference. At the end of the day, this isn't just about her, it's about you. The moment you stop seeking validation, stop chasing, and fully embrace your own strength, you become untouchable. Letting go isn't losing. It's winning in the most powerful way possible. Because when you master detachment, you don't just regain control, you become the man who commands it. If this message hit home, show your support by liking this video, subscribing for more, and sharing your thoughts in the comments. What was your biggest takeaway? Have you truly let go, or are you still holding on? Let's talk.